Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be message from source. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. So the first message I got for this group is that the past is done and it's time to alchemize it into, I want to say, your profit or your abundance. There's something about the journey that you've been on, and I feel like you're going to create something from it that generates not only healing collectively, but it may also generate a lot of independence and abundance for you. Because essentially what I'm saying is, for many of you, you may take some of these hardships, these challenges, these difficulties, and either use that wisdom to turn it into a business, a project. For some of you, I'm getting even like a non-for-profit, or you could be a humanitarian or someone that helps to, promote, will vary for all of you. For some of you, it could be well-being, mental health. There's something about you taking challenges that you've overcome personally and you've healed from and helping others with that. I feel like your energy, it's like almost like creating a sanctuary for others. And I feel like that's what you were born to create. I feel for many of you, you are these master healers. You do have a really potent energy. And I feel like you're ready to share that with the collective, or there's something, some of you, this could be like a book or something where you're a book, or even like a YouTube channel, social media account where you're actually sharing some of this wisdom or this information with others and helping them on their journey. But I just feel like you may have reached a point where the pain or the past no longer hurts you and no longer has effect on you. I'm seeing like a scar tissue where the scar has completely healed and there's no emotional pain or residue linked to that experience. And it's like, now, I just keep hearing, now you're ready. I feel as though and I keep hearing you were destined to do this, or this is the complete reason why you incarnated. And some of you as well, I feel like you may be looking back and seeing very clearly the trajectory or the path that you've been on in terms of your growth, your healing, your evolution, and realizing why certain things unfolded in the manner they did and how that has led you to your current circumstance and predicament. Because it's almost like you had to live something completely to be able to help others with this process. Yeah, I just keep hearing like healing complete, and there's a sense that you have purified whatever was very painful to you. I also think a lot of you with 10 of Wands and 7 of Wands have either cut ties with the past or cut ties and set very solid boundaries with people or situations from the past that were either not healthy for you or throwing you off kilter. But there's some sort of wisdom and passion and experience that you have from what you've experienced that you can turn. Essentially, I feel like your cup is overflowing with wisdom, or it's about to be, with wisdom, with abundance. You have so much guidance to share with others, but it's like it's coming from the core of your being, right? It's because you've alchemized this energy. There's a sense that there's this clarity within your energy field and your own expression. And maybe you're able to really clearly and succinctly express to people how to heal. Like for some of you, I'm not saying this is a formula for healing, but for some of you, this could be your own method of healing or your own healing modality that's based on personal experience. It makes me think of someone that's gone through an ascension journey and then gives some tips or guidance to others who are on that ascension journey, or someone that, has healed from a particular situation and is able to support others in that. But I just keep hearing this is what you were born to do. And I do think for many of you, you were natural born healers when you incarnated. So you've already had incarnations or lifetimes where you were in the healing arts and you still have that capacity and those abilities. But it's like the past is completely done. I feel like with this temperance, it's like you've completely dropped any of the burdens from the past beliefs, energies, things that weren't serving you. It's like it's completely gone and you're moving in a new direction. And with Temperance and Page of Swords, you may be getting a lot of downloads or insights from Spirit around how you can turn your pain into power, or what's next for you in terms of your own creative process. You have Divine Feminine. Receive your birthright unconditional love. For some of you, when I saw this Ace of Cups, I was getting a self-love journey. So some of you, you may have had to really learn and master the art of self-love, potentially because you weren't either in the most loving of surroundings or others have not shown up for you in that manner and capacity. So you can be really inspiring, I feel, when it comes to teaching and helping others with not only loving themselves, but even recognizing what real love is, right? How it makes you feel. Like you could be someone that works with others in a capacity of recognizing healthy relationships or steering clear of, toxicity or something about, because I'm seeing some of those channels that focus on certain red flags in connections or in certain people. There's something about helping people to put themselves first and to recognize what is best for them. But again, I feel like your own journey of self-love and healing may be really inspiring to other people. You also had Crystal Child. Your natural core, pure, innocent, removing falsehood, seer. Some of you have psychic ability as well. You can see the illumination around the third eye, but I also feel like you're getting a lot of downloads from Spirit and from the divine. I also feel with this Crystal Child, I feel like some of you may have done a lot of inner child healing or healing from childhood wounds, and that may be part of your process as well, really teaching or inspiring others to heal from, past wounds and difficulties in their own childhood. You had Cracked Open, Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy of Life. Yeah, and with that Five of Cups, I feel like you've either been through a lot of disappointments or you've had a lot of experiences where you may have felt like you've been cracked open, right? You hit rock bottom. But that story is very inspiring to other people because I feel where you're at now is light years ahead of what you have experienced previously. And that is the part that's so inspiring for those around you. I also think you give people hope that when things in the physical world appear as though they're not working out or working against them, it actually can be working in your favor, or you can alchemize that energy and situation so that it does lead to your betterment, your growth. It's that understanding that everything that happens to us is for growth and expansion. Some of you may be really powerful motivational speakers as well, or there's something about your voice when you speak to others, when you share your story, share your truth, that's really captivating or healing for others. You have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. For many of you, especially sitting on Temperance, you could have known for some time that that's what you're here to do, is to create a business, or for some of you, I feel like this could be like a written project as well. For some of you, you're speakers. Communication is definitely emphasized. You may do all of the above, but I feel like you may have had a vision and known that that's what you were here to create and bring into the world. But again, I feel like you may have had to focus on your own personal healing first so that you were in an energy and a space where you were ready to do this. You have releasing, purification, spiritual cleansing, letting go. And it's funny because we had purity here as well. But that's what I feel like. You've purified your being. See, I feel like you've gotten your wings back. And again, you could have gone through periods where you were struggling, right? Where the heaviness of the past or what has happened was very kind of weighed on you. Whereas now they keep saying the past is completely gone. And I feel like there's been a release. And I feel like eclipse season could have been really important and crucial for you as well. But it's almost like the past has completely been lifted off your shoulders. Your energy is a lot lighter. But with purification and spiritual cleansing, some of what you may be teaching or sharing with others is the art of transmutation. How to purify energy, how to let go of the past, how to let go of things that hurt us, whether that's, whether they be physical or literal or connections or even energetic. I feel like that's what you're the master of. Look, you have releasing this sanctuary, healing and comfort, faith, restoration. That's what you've done for yourself, but I feel like some of you, you're a sanctuary for others, or you will be, right? Like I feel like with these cards, some of you may have literally a healing center, or again, you may have like an online business that's focused on healing, a book, even a workshop. But for others of you as well, I keep getting this energy of a non-for-profit. But with faith, I feel like your story and your journey to restoration, I'm seeing a phoenix, is what inspires other people to believe that they can transform. You also have here Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. Some of you as well have a lot of wisdom in terms of how to release karma from other lifetimes, how to transmute this energy and set yourself free. But it's funny because you have releasing with freedom. And I think this is confirmation from source as well that you are free. In terms of your energy field and what you've overcome, I feel like you have freed yourself from this. You have freed yourself from certain energies and you're ready to kind of, it's almost like your liberation. You're ready to take flight. There's something about timing the universal energies, but also divine timing in regards to your soul and your own journey, where things are aligned or they are aligning, and it's time for you to bring something out into the world. But can you see we have a book again? Some of you are like ancient scribes, and I feel like you've had lifetimes where you've been a scribe or you've collected, I want to say, esoteric information, healing information. I'm also getting the Temple of Isis, ancient Egypt, Thoth, and we have Atlantis, memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. With this combination and the Nine of Pentacles, some of you, your business may very much be online with technology, right? Like it could be, you could do sessions online, or there's something about sharing information online, because I do feel communication is really instrumental to what you do. And it's this information that you're sharing with others that really helps to liberate them or helps to set them, I'm hearing, on a brand new path. Okay, you have solitude. I feel for some of you as well, you may be coming out of solitude. You may have had to spend a lot of time, because you can see this person, this single person in a rowboat. You may have had to be in solitude whilst you were gaining this information. And even with the book beneath this, with the Akashic records, I feel like for some of you, you've really been in deep spiritual introspection where you had to kind of deep dive into your own soul. For some of you with clearing past lives, you can astral travel, you can read the Akashic records. That may tie into something that you're sharing or doing with the collective. Yeah, and you have wisdom. But can you see how this being, this mermaid, and it's funny that it's sitting above Atlantis. And for this group, you have a really strong connection to ancient Atlantis and Egypt. But I'm getting with this woman, can you see how she's becoming like see-through or transparent? For me, that's like ascension, like light as a feather. And that's what I was getting with this card. Your frequency has risen so drastically. And I feel like your light is so bright because of this inner work and alchemy that you've done. And you have unity. Today, I bring my attention into the present moment, where I become one with my inner light. As I make this conscious connection, I find myself centered in my heart and begin to glow with my own divinity. Union with my inner light provides me with a wise and stable base from which I can now live every day of my life. Yeah, you are literally glowing. And can you see how there's almost this depiction of the higher self above this woman? It's almost like you are your higher self, or you've reached a level of consciousness where you have ascended or integrated with that divine light. And I feel like even with this translucent picture, it's almost like she's glowing, right? There's something very ethereal about your light or your energy. And it's like people that see you or cross your energy, it's captivating for them. We have all that is. Today I notice the love that powers all of life. I see that each tiny part of the universe is an expression of that love, and I'm aware of the presence of God in all things. I open myself to this magic. I marvel at the splendor of all that is, of which I am truly a part. But see, all that is and unity, both of them are around unity consciousness, right? Enlightenment, seeing God in all things. And I feel for many of you, you are here to help enlighten others or enlighten their consciousness, make them more aware of the true purpose or meaning behind existence. And for this group as well, I feel like you are very old souls, ancient souls, but you have a tremendous amount of esoteric information and knowledge that can really help support others or help them expand on their own journey and their own path to self-knowing. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. So for this group, you've got huge blessings coming in around your soul family and soul tribe. Right? This is a really beautiful time for you, or a promising time when it comes to connection and relationship. So I just feel in general, there could be new connections on the horizon, or Spirit is saying like there's this energy of having come home or found your tribe with family of light. And look at your cards. You have the Two of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. It's also promising for abundance and stability, or even like having a home, or I just get this energy of home and hearth, feeling really grounded, feeling really loved and supported. Just beautiful energy here. I also feel for this group, you may be going through a heart chakra awakening. I feel like the color green is significant. And there's this sense of, going through a heart chakra awakening or expansion, but it ties into your connections and your relationships. There's so much stability. And especially with this Five of Pentacles, if you were in a place or you've been through that experience of maybe walking the path solo or not having a lot of support on this journey, I feel like that is what's changing. And it's like now there's going to be a lot of support for you. Or again, you're meeting your tribe and those that truly understand you. For some of you, this is specifically a really beautiful soulmate union. And it's like when you come together, there's a huge heart chakra awakening. I'm hearing like two peas in a pod, and I just heard match made in heaven. There's something about some of the connections you have in the stars coming into the physical. And it's funny that you chose group 2, because 2 is obviously the number of partnership and union. And even here you have a 2, you have 22, you may be saying 222. I just feel in general, you also have 1010. This is a new cycle beginning for you where there's harmony, there's peace, there's abundance, there's stability, there's love. And especially if it's felt like, I don't know if for some of you, you felt like there's no one on the planet like me, or there's a sense of, I'm getting that, where maybe I'm just going to walk this path alone. Maybe there's not going to be someone that really has that resonance or I can connect with deeply, but that's what's shifting for you. And what I just heard was Seven of Pentacles and Page of Cups is your hard work is paying off. So for some of you, I feel like you've done a lot of inner work, or even just holding the faith. For a lot of you, I feel like even when things were difficult, or maybe when you had to walk the path alone, I feel like you focused on, self-love and building yourself internally. And it's like you're full within yourself, you're whole. And that's why I feel like this connection is coming in, or that's why you're able to sustain such a beautiful connection. And for those of you where you don't want a romantic connection, this can just be soul family. But this is, again, they keep saying match made in heaven. It's like God, source, the universe could not have designed a better partner or soul or person to be in your life. That's how well your energies sync together. And it's going to feel, when you don't even need to speak and the person just understands you, you can just completely relax and be yourself around them. That's what I get for you, where you feel completely at peace. Oh, it's just such a beautiful feeling. This energy is really, I feel like group 2, you either do feel this blessed or you're about to feel this blessed. And for some of you, this has been a long time coming, because I feel for some of you, you may have at one point tried to manifest a divine union or a soulmate union in this beautiful home life. But then you may have gone further on your solo journey or your spiritual path, your self-love journey, and kind of either forgotten about it or been like, oh no, I'm good. I'm good on my own. I'm good where I'm at. And then this comes in and kind of, I heard, blows your mind, or, changes the game for you. I feel like this is a type of connection or love that it's not an ordinary connection. It's very mystical. I feel like it's mystical, but very grounded and safe as well. But I feel like this is a soul. And for some of you with family of light, this is soul family. So it could be multiple souls, but these are individuals that you've incarnated with in many lifetimes. You've had many experiences with them. There's a lot of soul history here, but not in a, karmic, difficult, challenging type of way where it's quite harmonious and loving. I feel like there could be changes that are initiated in your life through this meeting or through this union. For example, how you once did things or what you once thought you desired could shift or change after meeting this person. And it's almost like now you walk a path together. So that could also indicate that for some of you, you have a joint mission, or you may collaborate or work together. Definitely a huge increase in finances after meeting this person. And again, if it's not romantic and it's like a best friend or something platonic, they could become like a business partner, or there's something you could create together. But again, such a beautiful energy. And this is the type of connection that has the potential to really be lifelong and be long-standing for you. You have a rise. Know and flow as the love you are, bliss. Again, I feel like that's sitting on the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you've had to bring yourself, with a rise, I think of ascension, but it's like you've had to ascend beyond certain lack in the physical world, specifically a lack of love potentially or connection. You may have had to, you may have been walking the path solo, or you may have not had a lot of support on this journey. For some of you, you may not have been around people who were as spiritually inclined or who fully understood your essence, your energy, what you bring to the table. And it's like now things are slotting in together, and there's something about this person where it feels like they're the missing piece, not in the sense like you're obviously whole within yourself and so are they, but in the sense you may start something together, because I kept seeing like you were on a journey walking the path, and then you meet this person and now you're in this direction, you're going in this direction, you may be collaborating or doing something together, but there's a lot of abundance and stability here. It's almost like the love you experience together overflows into all sectors of your life and creates blessings in terms of finances as well, but it could be because you literally encourage each other to start something together, or you both provide blessings or action when it comes to the career path. You have Lemurian Egg, rest, reintegration of divine potentials. That Two of Wands, some of you as well may have felt like you were at a bit of a crossroads, but it's like now when this comes in, you're able to, you gain clarity. Like if you were feeling a little bit stuck, it's like now when this meeting takes place, it's like, oh, like maybe this person comes to you, for example, and they have a great business plan, or they have an idea of something you could do and create together. So then you go off on that path and that journey, and you're able to attract in greater abundance that way. But again, can you see how much green there is? I keep getting the color green. So very strong heart chakra energy. I feel like as well, this person or these people are very heart-centered. They live from the heart and soul. They're definitely not egoic in nature, or they're not based in the ego. And I think you're able to connect in a far deeper way than you have previously. For some of you, you could have felt very misunderstood. And when you tried to talk or communicate with others, they didn't fully understand the depths of your being. You have the Void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Yeah, like I was saying, you may have felt a little like you were in this void space, or a little bit stuck, or things weren't moving ahead. But again, there's something about meeting this person that changes the course of your life, your destiny. And again, it was fated. But even with fate, obviously, you do still have free will. The Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. You may not, when you meet this person, do you know when you're like, yes, I'm feeling great. I'm on my own path, on my own journey. I don't really need a person or relationship. I'm doing well. And then you meet someone and you're like, oh, like I was missing this. I was missing this type of connection or this level of intimacy or just someone to bounce ideas off of. There's something about this person just slots into your life and it's just it completes the picture for you. Not that you weren't happy. I feel like for many of you, you're already happy within yourself and self-sufficient, but there's something about this person that just things come together beautifully. I think this person is an earth angel. Celestial assistance, angelic messages, guidance, enlightenment, sitting with a magician. Your inner work, your ascension journey, and your path to enlightenment is what has called this in as well. Because in order to sustain that level of love and connection, you have to have done a certain level of inner work, right? And I feel like this person is similar. They've been on a similar path and journey, but with angelic messages or celestial assistance, I feel like this person has been sent into your life as an earth angel to help you on your path, to help you grow. We also have here exploration, boldness, unknown, limitless. Sitting on Two of Cups here, I feel like for some of you, there's something about this connection that's going to blow your mind in the sense of, I didn't know a connection like this was possible. Or I didn't, even when I was, for some of you, you may have been manifesting connection in the past. I definitely got that with the Magician and the Two of Cups. But it's like you wouldn't have even thought to ask for this person because I don't know how to explain it. Like they so perfectly fit your world, your energy, who you are, that even if you designed someone, you wouldn't have been able to design it so perfectly. And it's almost like Source and the higher realms knew what you needed, you know, more fully or even before you were conscious of it. That's what I'm getting. And it's like this level of connection because there's so much soul history between you both. There's a sense here of it just being a really profound, life-changing bond. And I feel like when you're in each other's presence, you go through activations. Like even now, you can hear in my voice, I'm really excited. I feel really lit up and energized. And that's what I'm getting between you both. There's a synergy. Yeah, you have Emerald Tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting, sitting on the Ten of Pentacles. Your manifestation powers are going to go through the roof when you're around this person or after meeting this person. And that's true for both of you because of the energy and synergy between you. But again, we see this emerald green coloring. And what's ironic is you have the emerald tablets and you have Thoth light codes. Light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. So very strong connection to Thoth. Both of you could have had a connection to Thoth in past lives or ancient Egypt. But with this on the Ten of Cups, again, there's something you may birth or bring out into the world. For some of you with birth, there was a child depicted in the Ten of Cups. So for those of you where it's resonant and you do want a child, there is the potential for that for some of you as well. But for others of you, I feel like you're birthing a business or a project or something that brings in a lot of abundance and stability. But you're very old, ancient souls, and it's like that level of, you know, expansion and stability within yourselves. It's like it carries over into the connection, right? And it creates a union that's very loving, very kind, very gentle, harmonious. Yeah, and that's further depicted with this inner peace card. You're going to be each other's peace and sanctuary. I just get this energy. It's like when you're around this person, all your fears melt away. There's this stillness, harmony, tranquility. I just keep hearing, oh, I came home. It's like finding your piece of heaven on the earth plane, right? Where you feel, because your souls are so aligned and even entangled, I just heard. Like I feel for some of you, you've been connecting with this person, you know, astrally your entire life, or there's been certain points where you've had strong connection with this person in the higher realms and dimensions. But it's like you're just so in sync with each other's energy. And of course, your last card is love. But again, I feel for many of you, you had to attain these vibrations within your own self and being before this could manifest materially. So for some of you, you already attained inner peace and, you know, full self-love prior to meeting this person. And that's what is mentioned here with this consciously manifesting with the emerald tablet. It's as though you knew you had to align with or embody that energy first before you could experience it physically. And we have here self-love. Today I love myself fully. I accept myself exactly as I am. I'm able to recognize my own divinity and to appreciate the purity of my soul. I take the time to care for myself. I enjoy myself. I nourish myself. I'm kind to myself. I'm grateful for who I am. Yeah, I feel like that you already reached that place within yourself and you already felt that way. And again, some of you, this may be kind of blindside you or be unexpected, because I'm getting for some of you, you may have been walking a solo journey or just completely focus on self-love, and then you get a divine union like this. It's like, where did this come from? Like for some of you that were manifesting this, you may have forgotten you manifested it, and now it's coming in because of your frequency and the love that you're embodying within your own being. Together in the light, I give thanks for all who enter my life. I understand we are all exactly who and where we are supposed to be, and everyone contributes to each other's personal growth. Every reaction someone draws from me is a gift from their soul to mine, meant to help free me from my inner conflicts. Today, by focusing on my own development rather than on others' faults, I become one with the divine. That's what I feel like you did, right? You walked a solo path, or you focused on changing your inner landscape, healing yourself, loving yourself, not seeking it externally. But what's funny is when you embody that energy and you take and walk that path and trajectory, love begins to seek you. So that's all I have for you, Group 2. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 3. Okay, so for this group, I feel like there's a huge transformation coming for you, and I also get this energy of liberation. Liberating yourself from something, but you liberated yourself first through the mind, right? Well, we always technically liberate ourselves through the mind, but there's been like a perception shift or a transformation or change in how you're seeing something, but maybe even how you're doing something because of the inner change, right? So I feel like something is coming. You could be having new ideas, new insights, new energies that are kind of infused within your mind, your consciousness, because there's an expansion happening and it's changing. Number one, for some of you, I feel like it's really aligning you with your soul's path, but it may be changing how you do things in the physical world. For example, there may be certain actions you feel drawn to take based on this illumination or some of these downloads that you're getting. I also feel for this group, you've done a lot of healing, and that has also drastically changed your energy field and your vibration. I also see with King of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, I see a lot more stability and abundance for you as well. But it's like it's coming from the divine. It's coming through, it could be coming through certain downloads, ideas, insights. For some of you as well, I feel like you may be seeing more clearly than you ever have, because I was hearing that song, I Can See Clearly Now the Rain Has Gone. But it's almost like instead of rain, it's like fog. There could have been some things that were clouding your perception or even clouding your mind, right? And these could be, for example, limiting negative belief patterns, essentially. Any type of limitations that you were putting on yourself or that you were perceiving in a particular situation. And it's like now you can see very clearly, you know what you need to do. And I feel like, again, you've done a lot of healing or you've made a lot of progress. For some of you as well, with 9 of Wands and 6 of Cups, you may have recently shifted or liberated yourself from a pattern or challenge that had been plaguing you since childhood or since youth. And it's like now you've overcome that. You've seen them, you've recognized the pattern, you've transmuted it, and now you're free to move ahead. I also feel like for some of you, you're breaking the mold. With paradigm shift, it always makes me think of like breaking out of a box or leaving the matrix. For some of you, you've broken out of a limiting view of the world or even yourself. For some of you, if you felt kind of boxed in or you were still carrying around the narratives of, I'm hearing like other people or how they felt about you, who they told you you were, what you felt like you should do or be. There's something about you coming into the wholeness of who you are. And it's like you're not hiding, or it's not even hiding. It could have just been unconscious suppression of certain aspects of yourself or certain desires. And it's like now they're front and center. You know what they are. You can feel what direction you want to move in. And there's nothing holding you back now. It's like full steam ahead. you know, making those changes, transforming. With the Page of Wands and the High Priestess, it's almost like when I break through a barrier mentally or a limitation, and now I can see all these ideas and all this inspiration that I was blocked to previously because I had a certain idea of how things had to be. And this could be in your career sector, especially, or even creatively or spiritually. There's something with the Page of Wands and the High Priestess. I'm getting you being inundated with divine information. You could do this. You could start this stream of income. You can move in this direction. It's like the world is your oyster. This new world has opened up before you, but technically it was always there. It's more like you jumped or shifted timelines so that you feel either more drawn or resonant with that path, or you can recognize it, because we have to be at a certain frequency to even see it. There's some definite breakthrough energy for this group. For some of you as well, you could have had an idea or dream or something, a desire, something you wanted to do in the world at a younger age, but it was potentially impractical, or you may have received negative feedback around that vision, and that could have led you to either suppress it or not fully act upon it. And it's like, now you know it's possible for you, you believe in the potential, and you're going toward it because you've broken through some of those limitations. What I'm seeing essentially for you is I feel like there's been a lot of healing and a lot of growth, and it's creating, I should say, or lending you to have this creative potency when it comes to especially your career and certain, it could be literally creative ideas, but your inspiration. And so I feel like there's going to be blessings in your financial sector and your stability, but it may start small with this Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I'm getting, it may build into this, but I'm just hearing slow and steady. But I feel like for some of you, you have more than one idea. This isn't just like one project, or for some of you, you may end up having multiple streams of income or doing more than one thing. For others of you, this could lead you onto a path which is considered, I just heard the phrase taboo, but I was going to say non-conventional, right? Where you're kind of, and that could be especially with your career, that you're doing something that isn't, you know, run of the mill. It's not, other people may not fully understand the journey or the path that you're on, but it's like now you're like, no, like I've broken through fear, resistance, any negativity from the past. I'm going to take this, I'm going to walk this road. And I don't really mind who has a problem with it or what direction they're trying to pull me in. And it's like with Nine of Wands and Six of Cups, I'm also getting an overcoming of obstacles or resistance. Do you know how sometimes when we have resistance within ourselves, and that can show up in the form of fear, sometimes we will manifest blocks in the physical, but ultimately their root cause can be coming from within our own being, because there's a part of us that doesn't feel comfortable with it, or there's a part of us that doesn't feel like we can do something. You have angelic ones. Divine healing is upon you, divine grace and divine guidance. You also have 999. So again, closing out a cycle. I feel like for those of you that felt you were in a cycle for too long, or, you know, you wanted to break through, I feel like here's your breakthrough, or that's what Source is saying. Like now you've broken through those limitations, or there's an ending of a karmic cycle or pattern. And originally I said you may have shed a pattern or broken through a habit or a way of thinking that had been playing out since childhood, which makes me think this could be like an ancestral pattern or something that was passed on to you from authority figures, right? A fear-based belief. I just keep hearing that song by Shawn Mendes, There's Nothing Holding Me Back. And that's what I'm getting. And for some of you, there's this energy, the vigor for life is coming back. If you felt stuck or stagnant, or like you lost your spark, you lost your passion, that's what's being ignited, because it's like I'm going full force at life, essentially. What I love, my passions, my joy. It's like nothing is going to dim that fire again, if it ever has. Or maybe because you've broken through some of these barriers, it's like now it's like a blaze, and they're showing me like it's like a bushfire, your energy, your light, metaphorically speaking. You exude such a passion, and it's like this fire and this energy. And even if you look at her eyes with this golden light, there's a sense here that there's this fire and this passion and intensity burning within you. And I feel like that frequency can overcome any level of inertia or obstacle in the physical world. Shine your light. Wise action, space for grace, Kuan Yin. Yeah, I feel like your light is burning bright, or it's burning brighter than it ever has. Again, with space for grace, I do feel like you've done a lot of inner work as well, or some of you reparented yourself. With Kuan Yin, I'm getting this energy of self-compassion, and it makes me think of someone, and the fact is sitting on the Six of Cups. So some of you have literally reparented successfully your inner child to believe in the impossible, to go after your dreams. It's like you've the advice or the belief systems that your family passed down to you, it's like you rewired the system, right? Subconsciously, you could have been working with subliminals, affirmations, but it's like now your inner child feels safe to fully express itself, all facets of your being, you know, your creativity, your passion. It could be, this could also tie into sensuality, but also how you enjoy life, right? Like pleasure, the theme, giving back to self in all ways. You also have weight. It's not yet time, things are being woven. Yeah, I feel like you may have felt like you were at a standstill, or there could have been some energies that felt a little blocked for you. And it's like now that's, you move through that energy. Essentially, I feel like now you're free to kind of move ahead, or you're going to be seeing a lot more progress with a desire, a dream, even just with your life in general. Things are going to be feeling a lot better and the pace of your life is picking up. But I also feel like your energy and inner fire is helping to propel you forward. You also have here deep cellular healing. I feel like you've released, this could be like a lot of trauma from the cellular body, energies from your bloodline, fear, limitation. There was this period where you had to end or close out specific cycles or release certain energies here. So we have Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Some of you may resonate with being a starseed as well with this Arcturus energy. You definitely are someone innately at a soul level that lives outside of the box, or you have a very open, expansive mind. I wouldn't call you a conventional thinker, and your life may be reflecting more of this kind of non-conformist, or I just heard the word rebel as well, like divine rebel. You may be rebelling against certain conditioning or certain beliefs you once had to walk your divine path, or to start something. Because with Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like you're going to feel really inspired, if not already, from a new path or a new project, something you feel inspired to do. You have dreamscape, dream work, subconscious imagination. Again, for this group, some of you are creative geniuses and you have immense talent, but someone could have tried to talk you out of your creativity or talk you out of your ideas. But I also feel for this group as well, with subconscious, you've successfully reprogrammed and reparented your subconscious mind. I was getting that before, and now you can fly free. Now, for those of you that have had a dream since childhood, but you were facing with the Nine of Wands, constant blocks, obstacles, barriers, it's like you've broken through that now, and now you can fly free. Now it can manifest in the physical. Yeah, I was feeling this heat from your energy with this solar portal. We have being centered, balancing power, manipulation. You've reclaimed your power. And ultimately, we reclaim our power, right, when we untangle our mind from the influence of others. You also have 4 9s now. So the number 9 could be very significant. Some of you could also be a life path 9, an old soul. But I'm just getting in general, it's like your power is shining bright. The color yellow could be significant as well, but you have almost like a golden hue, or I keep seeing that golden energy around you. And I feel like you've perfectly balanced the solar plexus with the sacral. Sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. It's funny because we did speak of that, but I feel like you've perfectly harmonized masculine and feminine polarities within self. And I feel like that's creating balance in the physical world for you. Yeah, you're definitely a starseed. Star being healing codes, important information, wounds are healed, recharging. Yeah, it's like you're charging up to get going. They're showing me like a car engine, like revving. But can you see this figure? The yellow and golden light. Your aura is definitely golden. But with this card as well, I already mentioned, I feel like healing is complete. But with important information I'm getting, and the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you're getting a lot of downloads in regards to your path, in terms of ideas that you can undertake. This could also be around your life purpose also. You have illumination. Remember I was saying at the beginning, it's like the fog has cleared, or you can see, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. It's like now there's like clear sky. I also think that's a sign or a metaphor that certain obstacles that were holding you back have now cleared. It's like I'm seeing an aeroplane where it's like they can't fly because there's a storm warning. And it's like once the storm passes, they're like, okay, now you're free to go. You're free to fly. That's what I get for you in terms of your life, and you have change. Yeah, things are going to start moving and changing far more rapidly for you because of this change within self, and also because you've broken through. This isn't just one barrier. For many of you, I feel like it's been many, but it's like now the path is clear ahead. We have progress. Each day as I recognize the divine within me, I progress further along the path of my spirit. Today I respect my needs, observe what happens within, and do my best to maintain a positive attitude. I have faith in my inner strengths and capabilities. I grow and improve every day. Today, God's opinion of me is the only opinion that matters. Yeah. I feel like you've, number one, progressed so much, but maybe this breakthrough, the only opinion that matters is God's. Maybe this breakthrough has to do with you being so comfortable in every facet of yourself and knowing yourself inside out that you no longer could care less what anyone has to say. And that has helped you with discarding the beliefs or the fears or the projections of other people, especially around your dreams or career path, but just in general. And you have I am free. Today I find the veil of my ego has lifted and a vision of my new life has appeared. Now I am focused on my inner growth. I listen only to the voice of my heart and remain steadfast in the energy of love that I find there. I am now free of duality, fear, and judgment, and I move forward on my path to inner peace. Yeah, like with that vision of a new life. I feel like for some of you, you may have longed for this life for some time or had a vision for some time, but now you're ready to really embark, or now it's ready to come into fruition. And yeah, I already said you've broken free and liberated yourself, and this is confirmation. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. Okay, so for this group, I feel like you're coming into a time of making your dreams come true, or bringing certain inspiration or creative ideas to life. I also feel like there's this energy of union here, but I feel like for some of you, this could be union within yourself, but I feel like there's this energy of balance that you've achieved and attained as well. But this could also be union in terms of connection also. But I'm getting this really strong energy of creative potency, or really being able to manifest your ideas and your ideals into life, into the world, into physical reality. And with 10 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, I feel like for this group, it's like the past is done, or you've had to do a lot of inner work and healing when it comes to letting go of the past. And even with 4 of Pentacles, I feel like you may have closed out or let go of certain attachments that you carried previously, or certain limiting ideas and beliefs as well, so that you could come into this energy and come into this space. But there's a really proactive energy here as well with the Queen and King of Wands. I also just heard you've balanced the water and the fire. So for some of you, you could have water and fire very prominently in your chart, or for others of you, you could be a water sign or a fire sign. We do have strong Scorpio here as well. But I'm just getting in general, I feel like there's this beautiful harmony you've reached, and it's like creating a breakthrough for you. And for some of you, that's because you've overcome the past and certain challenges of the past. But I just feel like you may be feeling quite, what would I say? Like ready to go is what I want to say. I'm seeing a horse like chomping at the bit, like ready to race, ready to move. And so for some of you, if you felt like things were at a standstill with the Hangman and Death, or there were a lot of closed doors, it's like the universe opens a door, or you feel this divine spark within, like it's time, I'm ready to go, and you charge through. It's like charging through a portal, or there's something that you're just lit up and ready to create. But again, I feel like there were certain challenges. You may have felt there were many obstacles or challenges that blocked you or made it difficult for you to move ahead or proceed. but it's like it was by divine design, because I feel like some of those obstacles and barriers are what helped you cultivate certain energy within yourself and then move ahead. And it's like because of those life lessons or those skills you learned internally, you then were able to proceed because you had that knowledge or that wisdom. So it's like even the things that look like they weren't working for you ultimately have worked in your favor. If things have been moving slow in the material realm, I feel like this could be across multiple areas, but even across finances, I think things are speeding up, right? As your energy kind of gets lit up and is charging ahead, I feel like things in the physical world are going to do so as well. First oracle card you have is Earth Angel. Kindness, sensitivity is strength, higher perspective, divine abilities. You may have felt in the past as well, and this is a strange message, but that your kindness was taken for weakness, or something about, you'd offer people love or compassion and then they would betray you or hurt you or not treat you the best. And it's like that could have been part of what you were overcoming with that 10 of Swords, like this tendency. It could have been an overcoming of karmic challenges or karmic relationships specifically, where you feel like you were not treated with love and compassion, or you weren't, you weren't well respected. That's what I'm getting. And you have indigo child. So you may resonate with being an indigo child and an earth angel. And look at all these beautiful pinks. I feel like for many of you, you've really mastered as well that higher heart chakra. You have a beautiful heart space. You're very loving. You're very compassionate. But you may have had difficult lessons, in terms of personal relationships. You really embody this beautiful divine feminine energy, but you balance it beautifully with this masculine as well. And part of you may have had to cultivate or develop more of the divine masculine to really take initiative on your creativity, right? Because the feminine may birth the ideas, but the masculine implements them and builds them into the physical and takes grounded action. And I feel like you've really developed all facets of your being, and that could be why as well you're getting a breakthrough, or that's why your dreams are manifesting at this juncture. But we have inspire, heart, dialogue, action, passion, community. You're also very heart-centered, or you live from the heart space. When you choose what actions you're going to take, what feels right for you, it's almost always, coming from the heart. You also have very pure intentions. But again, they keep saying that in the past, you may not have experienced those with a similar energy. I also feel like you help to inspire or light other people up, or there's something about this dream that's manifesting. Like you may have a success story that inspires others to follow their dreams, for example, or there's something about what you do or create that other people find very inspiring. And look, you literally have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. So again, you may have faced a lot of karmic contracts in the past or had a lot of karmic interactions and relationships. And those were part of the challenges that you had to grow and expand past. But it's like ultimately, it may have felt like it tripped you up with that hangman, or it slowed down your journey to your dreams or your own passions and interests. But ultimately, it helped to grow you and cultivate as well the balance between feminine and masculine energies. Because when I talk about manifestation, to manifest fully, I need both the feminine and the masculine, right? Which we have a blend of both within. And it's almost like you had to harmonize those aspects within yourself in order to achieve this outcome with the 9 of Cups, in order to be able to manifest your dream. But yeah, I do feel for this group, you may have had some difficult lessons around setting boundaries, or just being very discerning in terms of who you are sharing that energy with on a personal level. We have portal. Yeah. I'm hearing as well, it's an end of karmic tests, karmic connections, karmic challenges. It's like you've closed that cycle out successfully. So you have portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. I feel like there's a portal or a door opening that is going to help you live your dreams or manifest your dreams. And this could come in the form of an idea or a collaboration or an opportunity. But I feel like now, like, things are changing for you and you're kind of moving towards, or these energies of creativity, giving birth to, you know, new experience. Your potency has increased, essentially. You also have sacral portal, creativity, intimacy, inhibition. You have creative intelligence, creativity, and then you have the Queen and King of Wands. Like, for this group, you're really creative, like next level, like creative genius energy. There's something, some of you have a specific talent or gift or idea that is so beautiful, so magnificent. But again, you had to cultivate yourself to be able to birth this or channel this, or, you know, hold this. For some of you, hold this level of success, because I feel for many of you, you're destined for a certain level of success with a particular creative idea or venture. And it's like you were going through the preparation. You have inspirational creation, alchemy, the elements, innovation. Yeah, and it could be something as well. You may, with innovation, you may be creating something that's never been done before, and there's something very unique about your creativity or your creative expression. It's almost like, say there's like 10 writers. When you write, for example, there's something about the way you express yourself or communicate. People can pick it straight away, very distinct, right? And, or if you're a painter, you have a very niche or unique style, or the things that you're painting and creating are very unique and haven't really been seen before. There's just something very distinct. I think that's true about you as a person, to be honest, as well. Like, you may be someone that really stands out in the minds of others because they haven't met someone like that previously. But I just feel in general, you really have like a creative flair, or there's something very unique about your creative vision. And that's why the divine is encouraging you to move ahead. But for some of you, if you face these roadblocks or these karmic challenges or situations in the past, you may have felt like, oh, well, see, like, this dream isn't meant for me. Like, if it was meant for me, it would have worked out. Or if this was my path, I'd already be living it. Something like that, where you could have taken certain karmic obstacles as a sign to either give up or temporarily pause with that hangman. But it's like, now Spirit is encouraging you, no, this is meant for you, but you were growing into your potential. And there's something about, say I wanted to be a writer at 20, right? And I drafted a book. You know, it was pretty rough because I had no experience and very little life experience or wisdom. And then I go back to that book at 30 or, you know, 38 or whatever age. And then I write again and I apply myself. That depth, that wisdom, even my verbiage and my language skills may have advanced in that time. There's something about that where your creative potency, your life experience, these lessons, even the knocks to your heart space have made you very, very strong and a visionary in those areas, even if it doesn't feel that way. Okay, you have a really strong connection to Isis, Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. This ties into what I was saying as well, is you may have been very much in the divine feminine energy, irrespective of gender, but you needed to balance the divine masculine so that you could take grounded action and manifest these amazing visions into the physical world, right? Because if we don't have that, also, without sufficient divine masculine energy, we don't feel safe to share our most creative or vulnerable or inspired ideas, right? Because the world can encroach on our energy so freely. So there's something about developing that divine masculine energy and capacity within yourself, and then being able to build something really solid and lasting. And for some of you, I feel like your creative visions or projects, ideas could leave a legacy. And it can take a little bit more time to actualize that in the physical realm, but to also build yourself to a level where you can birth or create that. We have Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Yeah. And I also think you've come into a beautiful balance of finding your own sacredness. And it's funny, sacredness and sacral. There could have been some healing around that sacral portal as well, or the sacral chakra, I should say. because I feel like you've always been strong in the sacral chakra, but it may have needed to be balanced by the solar plexus, or because of certain setbacks here, or even like emotional wounds in connection, like karmic relationships, or, you know, difficulties in regards to these connections and intimacy, that could have made, you could have lost trust in that center, or you could have shut down the sacral chakra. There's something about kind of reigniting that energy again. And for some time, you may have also kind of been more so, your solar plexus was stronger and that energy was dominant, whereas now it's kind of balancing out. You have standstill. You may have felt you're at a standstill, or you could have felt very creatively blocked while you were healing or going through some of this process. But I feel like now the floodgates are open, the inspiration's back. I just heard as well, I was looking here and I heard the sun is shining, but you have standstill and patience. This journey has required a lot of patience, but at times you may have felt like maybe this isn't my path, or maybe it's a pipe dream, maybe I can't do it. And now you may be realizing, no, it's just taking, you know, I'm building something that's lasting. I keep hearing a legacy for many of you, but I'm building something that's lasting, and that takes time to cultivate, not only, you know, to create physically, but to cultivate the skill, the wisdom, the awareness, the depth to be able to birth that. We have overcoming. Today in this great school of life, I practice self-discovery. By acknowledging that my fears, anger, and ego separate me from my divinity, I allow the light to grow inside me. This light gives me the power to reign over my inner kingdom. Today I overcome all that separates me from the light that is my truest self. And I feel like that you have overcome an awful lot. I feel like there may have been fears, anger, or hurt. I keep hearing the phrase betrayal specifically, but there could have been some of these situations that you really had to transmute those emotions. But I feel like they led you more deeply within yourself and to connect more deeply with the divine, with your true self. We have welcoming happiness. Divine love is manifesting in me, through me, and around me. It attracts all that I need for the benefit of my soul. As I work to increase my inner light, I evolve into an emanation of love and joy. Today I reap and welcome the happiness and beauty of all that I have sown. Yeah, and I feel like you have cultivated that, and I feel like you've done a lot of healing, and you've really, your vibration has risen. But what I'm getting with that, it attracts all that I need for the benefit of my soul. I feel as though you're realizing that that dream, this vision, this creative talent idea was aligned with your soul and is meant to happen. It was a matter of divine timing and growing into that vision. And it's like, now you may be recognizing it is time for this, or I'm ready, that creative spark, that, you know, that success, birthing this into the physical. It's really time now. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.